Welcome to this Christmas film. This Minecraft story is about the true meaning of Christmas. Now, without further ado, let's open the curtains and begin.
Excited because it's Christmas Eve. I can't wait to open all the presents tomorrow. I need to put out some treats for Santa. And some milk and cookies is what it is. Yay! I can't wait to see what's in all my presents. I hope I get Minecraft for Christmas. Yay!
Ryan, I'm very excited too, but haven't you ever realized what the real meaning of Christmas is?
Dad, what do you mean? I thought it was all about presents and candy.
Yes, that is fun and delicious, but the reason we give presents is because God gave us the best gift of all.
What was it? Was it a Xbox One?
No.
Was it a Switch?
No.
Was it a PlayStation 4?
No, it was a man named Jesus,
What? Who was that?
God's son.
Could you please tell me the story?
Well, it went something like this. Well, the story starts about 2017 years ago in a city named Nazareth, where a woman named Mary was greeted by an angel of the Lord. The angel told Mary she would give birth to a child and name him Jesus. Also, at this time, King Herod had asked for a census. That was where people got counted. At this census, they had to go back to their hometowns.
Dad, did that actually happen? Because it seems a little too far-fetched to be true.
Yes, Ryan, this did actually happen. And please don't interrupt the story anymore.
Fine, I won't interrupt anymore.
Okay, focusing back on the story, Mary was supposed to marry a man named Joseph. Mary told Joseph all the angel told her about Jesus being the Son of God, and Joseph was shocked. So Mary and Joseph, at least for a while, were safe and secure. But Mary and Joseph had to go to Bethlehem because of the census. But as time went on, they got closer and closer to the time when Jesus was to be born. If you go ahead after a journey to Bethlehem, Mary is about to give birth to Jesus. At the time when Mary and Joseph were at Bethlehem, off in the fields there were shepherds watching their sheep at night for a midnight snack, when all of a sudden many angels came down and told the shepherds that the Son of God would be born tonight, and you will find him in a manger, wrapped in tattered clothes in a barn. Then they sang and worshipped God and said, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to all men." Back in Bethlehem, Mary was about to have the baby, but Joseph couldn't find any place for Mary to have the baby. When Joseph was about to give up, he talked to someone who had a dirty, smelling barn that they could stay in, and Joseph was grateful.
Wait a minute. They were grateful to that man for them using a stinking aminal-filled barn? That's gross. Why would they behave like that?
I don't know, Ryan, but that's how they acted. Well, anyway, Mary gave birth to Jesus, and there were a choir of angels, and it seemed like all the stars were looking and admiring this baby named Jesus.
Dad, that was a great story. Maybe next year you can tell me it again.
Ryan, I can definitely tell it to you next year, but what makes you think the story is over? It would be a good ending there, but it's not over. Also, the shepherds did as they were told by the angels, and came and saw Jesus. Also, in the far east, there were wise men that watched the stars and saw a big star. That meant there was to be born the Son of God in Bethlehem. It took them about 2 years, and on the way they stopped by the palace of King Herod. The king was afraid of what the wise men were saying, so he made a plan. He asked the wise men where the Son of God was to be born, and the wise men fell for the trap. They told him everything he wanted to know, so he could kill the one and only Son of God.
No! They can't kill the Son of God. That would be the worst and meanest thing you could ever do.
Yes, Ryan, the emperor did want to kill Jesus, but that's not the end of the story. So please just listen to the end of the story. So the king told his soldiers to take taxes early so he could lure Mary, who was in Bethlehem, to lay a trap. When the wise men found the manger, they gave Jesus 3 gifts. The gifts were gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Dad, why didn't you say the 3 wise men?
Ryan, no one knows how many wise men there were.
Dad, really, I always heard that there are 3 wise men.
Yes, Ryan, there might have been 3, but no one knows.
Dad, why do they say 3 wise men?
I think it is because there were 3 gifts, so they thought there were 3 wise men.
Okay, I get it. Back to the story.
While they were in Bethlehem, the wise men had a dream about not going back to King Herod, but going home another route. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said. "Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take this child and his mother and go to the land of Israel, for those who are trying to take the child's life are dead." And this comes to the end of our story.
Thanks, Dad, for telling me that story and reminding me of the true meaning of Christmas.
And one more thing, script editor wants to talk.
Narrator, I didn't really need to talk. That was kind of a joke.
Well, you talked, and that's the end of this Christmas film. I hope you all liked it, and if you would like to see more films, then comment below. Merry Christmas.